high budget here. Not everybody gets some of the like big awards that actually cost a lot of money. So I've always done, when I played softball for Dunbar a few years ago, and our girls volleyball did it this year, paper plate awards that are just more funny, lighthearted, that kind of stuff, and cheap. So these are mainly for the players. Parents, you probably won't understand some of them because they have their own inside jokes or whatever. And yeah, so the first one, I don't think he's here, but this is just the Makes Me Smile award. This kid is always, he's one of the youngest. He's always just smiling, having a good time. The boys love him. Coaches love him. He's just a great guy. This is Kieran Jones.
He's here.
He is here? The next one, you've probably, some parents have definitely heard of this one. This is the Nate Cuts. He's cut probably more than 5 people on this team's hair. Probably a lot more than that, probably closer to 10. He really loves some haircuts. He wants people to come to his garage every Friday when we were off. We didn't usually have practices on Friday, so people would come in on Monday with a new haircut. And it was always Name It. So this is Name It, the Nate Cuts. The Nicest Guy Award is what I like to call it. Also one of the younger ones. Just every time we had a conversation, he was just so nice. Give me compliments all the time, like, Holly, you're so ugly. You smell so bad. You shouldn't get out of my face. Like, he's just so nice to me. And it's reciprocated. We have a very loving relationship. And this goes to Manny. This one is called the Swing and a Miss Award. Timing was a problem for some of our hitters, and some got better, some really didn't. But this one, he had some moments. He was a great hitter overall, but during warm-ups, there sometimes he'd go up to swing the ball, and the ball would be like on the floor, and he'd be up swinging, and then he'd just laugh it off about it. So, but this one's called the Swing and a Miss Award. Also, my dad wanted it to be the Strike 3 Award. This goes to Trey Solomon. This one's called the Sour Grapes Award. It was named by him because I didn't really know what to name it. This guy, if he did something great on the court or he did something horrible on the court, he would still come off the court with the same expression, and he was never really happy about what he did. He could have done the best thing in the world. The whole bench would be cheering, hyping him up. We'd be like, great, that was a great job. And he'd be like, thanks. And I don't think I ever saw him look truly happy about a play. This goes to Caleb Jones. This one really only the boys would get because we had one practice, I can't remember what it was, I think it was before a random game or something, where everybody partnered up and we played games all practice. And this is called the Best Partner Award because it goes to Yusifo, who was my partner for these games, and we basically won. We were the best at serving, passing, and foursquare. People just like, if anybody tells you that we didn't win, they're wrong and they're lying. But this goes to Yusifo. This one's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a short, I don't really know how to explain it. Basically, if you watch some of our games, the varsity didn't have the best time all the time. We had a few arguments. But after one of the first arguments of the season, like one of the first games, this kid came up to me and he said, "Don't worry, they're not arguing anymore. I fixed all of varsity's problems." This is called the Varsity Therapist Award, and it goes to Malachi. This one, I mean, he's a great kid. There wasn't a lot of funny stuff to say about him, but near the end of the season, he got to know a senior. And that senior really took him under his wing, quite literally, because sometimes when I would look over, his arm would literally be around him in like a chokehold. So this is called the Little Brother Award, and it goes to Justin Spalding. The older brother was Connor. Yeah, little bro. This one's called Mr. Confidence. If you saw this guy in the court, he probably did not have his shoulders up high and he was ready to go. We had told him many times to just be confident in his abilities and skills because he had skills or else we wouldn't have him on the court. But he never was really sure of himself and he would laugh off awkward mistakes and he was never really confident. So hopefully next year he builds some. So Mr. Confidence goes to Lander Pasqua. Oh. Volleyball related, but it's kind of perfect. I don't know, it just kind of fits, and the whole team kind of makes fun of him for it. There's not really much explanation. Drum roll, please. Now this one, there's a little backstory to this. Pull us back to April 1st, April Fool's Day. We won our first set against Dunbar JV, and I said, "Great, second set, we're changing up the lineup. You're gonna play center, you're gonna play outside, you're gonna play." And this is April Fool's, by the way. The boys were having a conversation about April Fool's 2 seconds earlier, and then I come over and say this, and I say, "April Fool's." And this guy visibly shrinks. He gets very upset and is kind of probably still mad at me for never making him a setter. But this is called the Richville Wannabe, and it goes to Ismael. This one goes to the Reserved Seat King, is what it's called. Kind of taking place right now, but anytime on the bench when my co-coach Ella was there and this guy came out of the game, everybody shifted one seat over because there was one seat next to Ella that could not go to anybody else except for our Reserved Seat King, Ethan Carrillo. Now this one's two. There's always some kind of duo award in here. And usually when you think of duos, all the duos that come out of nowhere. All the duo awards, funniest duo, Franklin County, Easton James. At the choir, the duo was Easton and James. But this one's the unexpected duo. They play the same position, so you don't really expect it. But it was definitely a duo that you can see during practices, during games. I mean, I don't know how much they knew each other before the season, but during the season, they loved each other, and they have a heart to show it. So this goes to Easton and Sean. Hey. This one is definitely an inside joke. Since my freshman year and his sophomore year, every time we played Kings in practice, whenever me and this guy were together, we'd call ourselves the Dream Team. Doesn't matter who we were with. We could have been with anywhere from, I don't know, we could have been with anybody. And whenever we stepped on the court, we called ourselves the Dream Team. We were really great sometimes and really not great sometimes. But the Dream Team is Alden Fuller. This one, we're getting towards the end here. This became an inside joke later in the season, based mainly between me and the other girl coaches, mainly Jessica and Lauren. But this guy, I don't know, someday he just really felt that energy and he really wanted to dance and like has the neck flexibility. It's insane. And hopefully this maybe like brings him out to show everybody. But he does a little dance move sometimes when he gets really hyped up, and it's like a rock star. So the rock star goes to Connor Wheeler.
Hey, welcome, Hey, sing some Slipknot.
Yeah, me and Jessica have a video if you want to see. This one, I didn't make this one. I never got to experience this, but he experienced this and he told me it would work. This guy, during a bunch of games, had to leave the game because he really had to go to the bathroom. He had a tummy ache for a lot of games, apparently. I was never aware of this, but sometimes his stomach just really hurt. And sometimes he had to leave early. Sometimes he just came out just in time. But Mr. Tummy Ache is James Hyatt. Last four here. This one is called the Professional Floor Cleaner Award. Anytime you looked on the court after he dives, he's still on the ground, probably. It took him at least 2 seconds every time to get up. Most of the time more, unless the ball was already coming back at him. He was just always on the ground. Sometimes he needs to be on the ground, sometimes not, but it's okay. He got the ball up, he had good stats, so the professional floor cleaner is Dalton Turner. This one is really just an inside joke for me and my mom and this guy's mom. One time, this guy was really having a great day. He was blocking so much, like he was having a really great day. And my mom told his mom he's having a block party, and she just loved it. And I love me some Amy Andrews. She just makes me so happy. And so now every time he's had like a block or two, we would say he's having a block party because it would make her happy, it'd make me happy, and it was just a great time. So Mr. Block Party is Isaac Andrews. Yes, and these two at different places because I read. So, this one, there were so many names I could have named this award, and I didn't really know how to put it. There's so many ways to say it. But I just came up with the most straightforward. Anybody would get it. This is the Mr. Grumpy Award. And every game except the Henry Clay game. He had a few moments. But, you know, look, he's smiling right now. He's smiling sometimes. Oh, he's not. He smiled sometimes on the court when he did a good thing. But, you know, he got better over the season. The club definitely helped him. Yeah, the EB, that was also what she was going to but it didn't happen. But anybody on the team knows, you probably know from the stands, but just know he's not that grumpy in real life. Anyways, Mr. Grumpy, Ben Delmeyer. This last one, there's only one person left. This one, the guys will tell you, I didn't know what other thing to name this, except for Mr. Aura. Oh, that goes to Rishva Patel. And that's on my paper plate. So. Wait, is that work? Oh, JK, I get to start JV awards now. So these are actual real ones. We spent money on these. This one. Isaac, shut up. I was over here. Okay. I'm going to start with the 100 attempt started. This was his first year playing, and I didn't know how he was gonna be when he came out. I was told he was trying out, and I was like, oh, okay. And he's played other sports. He's pretty athletic, and he came out and he didn't really have a position. We found him one, we found him two. He basically just hung out, had a great time. He really got so much better. If you looked at the first practice or open gym that he came to the end of the season, he got so much better. And every time in practice or a game, he would be smiling, he'd be hanging out, but he'd also be giving 100%. If you gave him a tip or anything, he'd nod and be like, okay, okay. And then he'd do it a few times. He'd practice. And every time you go to tell him something, he'd be like, oh, okay, and then do it. So the 110% award for JV goes to Caden. This is the Captain's Award. So we asked our captain, Manny, to nominate somebody on the team that he thought best deserved an award. I'm sure he has his reasoning, but this person definitely deserved it. He was one of the older leaders on the team. He played last year. I expected a lot out of Manny and this guy, and they delivered. And he was just fun to be around. He worked hard. He worked with the team. He worked well in the team. And I guess Manny is kind of fond of him. So the Captain's Award goes to Lander Pascua. And the Coach's Award, the one I got to pick, yay. This kid also worked hard. I told him at the beginning of the season that I had big expectations for him. I wanted him to really be a leader on the court, and I think he definitely has the skills to be so much better and continue to keep getting better and lead the team for the next 2 years that he's here. I'm really glad that I got to hang out with him. Yeah, he's a little mean sometimes, but overall he's a great guy. He's a good leader. He's friends with all the people on the team, so there was nobody better to be the main leader of that team. And anybody who was around him usually liked to be around him. He was just a ball of energy. He was great. He kept getting better. And yeah, my Coach's Award goes to Emmanuel. Okay, I'm done. Bye.
Varsity-wise, a lot of these are on statistics. I won't say as much as see this person was. She went up for. First award, coming up aces with the most aces, Rishba Patel. Congratulations. Sticking with the serve, the highest serve percentage, also called the Get It In Award, Asaphagopoulos. The Digging It Award for most digs, and actually finished, I think, 3rd in the state overall, Dalton Turner. Sticking with the defense, Block City, most blocks, Bloodline. Offensively, with I think the 8th most assist in the state, the Helping Hand Award, Rishma Patel.
Oh,
And then with the, I believe, top 7 in the state in kills, most kills, the Big Hitter Award, Ben Dunmeyer. Now then, before I get to some of the other awards, I did want to mention a couple of things. We had 2 All-State individuals this year. For the first time that is sanctioned. We've had some All-State players before, but we've actually had 2 for the first year sanctioned. And one of them was honorable mention as an outside hitter, and that was Ben Dunmeyer. And then the other second team All-State was Dalton Turner. Now then, this next one is Newcomer of the Year, and complete surprise. Had no idea, wasn't even sure if he was going to be able to play, because at the beginning of the year he was having some difficulties. But he, once the cardiologist said you're good to go, this one came out and was just a beast, and it was hard to keep him off the court. But Newcomer of the Year, Kieran Jones. The top 50 in the state in kills as a freshman. So the next is the Coaches Award, and this is, I talked this over with the different coaches, and this is a person who was positive, was always there, willing to do whatever, never complained, helpful in any way, shape, or form. And just wonderful to have, and he's been on the team for, I think this is his 2nd year, but really enjoyed him. Skippy. It doesn't say Skippy. Yeah, I didn't put nicknames on there. This next one is the 110% Award. Again, coaches and some others, we talked about this, and this person is the most, I like to say he's the most unathletic athlete that I've ever known. And if he would trip over his own shoes, but then he'd go out and kick a 90-yard field goal. But it's Easton Powell. This next one was the award picked by our captains. And they chose this individual because they loved his attitude, they loved his positive energy, they loved how he would react to other players, and they thought that he might be someone that we can definitely count on next year to maybe take over. And so this was chosen by the captains themselves, and is Sean Martin. One more award, and I'm kind of upset because he's not here, but it is the Fan of the Year. And what do we say, fellas? Turn me up. William Brewer. So, here, go get this. It was just fun. I mean, because now we say turn me up on everything. We got it in our locker room and everything. All right, next. All right, we had 25 games this year, and in order to earn a letter, they said you figure out what it was. So I said, okay, as long as you played one set, then you got one letter. So as long as you played one set per game, so 25 sets, then you end up getting a letter / bar. I don't know, they didn't have any letters. So if you do not have a letter, you need to let me know so I can get that letter to you later, but we do have bars. So the individuals who actually get a letter are, and I'll just call them all up and you all can come up and grab one, but we'll get a bar. It's a volleyball bar. Put it on your letter jacket. Dalton Turner, Sophogopoulos, Alden Fuller, Ben Dunmeyer, Mr. Ora, Bloodline, Ethan Carrillo, Easton, Skippy, Connor, Sean, Naaman, Kieran, Malachi, and Daddy Lander. Those are the 15 individuals who actually get a bar. Again, if you do not have a letter, please let me know so that I can, you can email me or just let me know, and that way I can get you a bar, a letter as well, so that you can put that on your letter jacket. Next, my managers. Roast beef, Paul Laureate, Anaconda, come on up and get your bar. I wasn't allowed to call them coaches officially, but I was allowed to get them a bar, so I was able to do that. All right, so now it's recognizing the seniors, and our first senior, and if you all stay up here while you're up here, is Skippy.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Me too.
Our next senior, stay up here with some things that we can. Connor, come on up.
Oh yeah!
And Dalton. And Ben. They're each getting their they're each getting their banners, and then PJ, who wasn't here, wrote them a note, each of them a note in a little thing. Alden. Sophogopoulos. Mr. Ora. And that leaves Easton. And then we also went out and we got each one of them a stall that they can wear at graduation. One size that says class of 2025, FCHS, and the other size has their name, and then volleyball on it. So, Skippy. Connor. Walton.